Hello there. I've been doing some thinking, and I thought I might make this video and reach out to anyone who's watching this to get some input and uh, maybe some second opinions to help me decide things over. I did notice during my last video or two that I just kind of wasn't really into it, wasn't really passionate about what I was doing, and I wasn't really, feeling it, for lack of better words. So I've been wondering how I can go about juggling all these different things and interests that I've been doing, and how I can possibly incorporate some new things that either I am interested in or that you're interested in, or hopefully both, into what I focus my videos about. Like I've kind of alluded to in the past, I've got a number of different interests going on all at the same time, and it just seems like I never have enough time or energy to cover all of them that I want to. As you might have noticed, that has probably showed up in the quality of a couple of these videos, and that's something I'd like to fix. So for clarity's sake, I thought I'd go ahead and just do a little bit of a tutorial and walk through about what's going on in my life, and I can hopefully get some input into what you're interested in seeing. Like I've mentioned in the past, I've been doing a lot of reading, especially in the fields of medicine and biology and things like that. And I'm making pretty good progress. Honestly, these chapters are pretty intensive. They're quite lengthy, and it sometimes takes a good number of hours to just get through one chapter. And just one book has upwards of 30 or so chapters. And I'm slowly accumulating more and more books. I don't know what sort of personality trait that's indicative of, but I still think that's another indication of my desire to accomplish and learn a whole bunch of things, but not really having the ability to carry that out. I did finally finish going through this one. I'm currently going through my A&P book. Next in line is the pathophysiology book. Then I've got this psychiatric book along with pharmacology, another drug book down there, a couple of other handbooks that I'd like to go through. That one book that you're all familiar with. And then I've got a few other books that I've got stashed away in my room. And again, this assumes that I'm not going to go out and buy a few more books in the next week or so. I don't think I have a problem. Hopefully I don't. I'm hoping to one day put the medicine and stuff into practice. And as kind of a preparation for that, I'm looking into developing sterile techniques for working with biological things. And this also kind of stems out from the botany interest, where I'm looking into mycology. So over here I've got my collection of improvised petri dishes. And these are really just glass vessels that I've accumulated from different places and areas or whatever, filled with poor man's agar, which is really just cornstarch and some food coloring that I'm adding. A lot of this is experimental. I haven't gotten any sort of rigorous routines up and running yet, so it's all a bunch of trial and error. In conjunction with that, I'm also looking into propagating and producing spore prints, as shown with this portobello mushroom that I purchased the other day. I've got my still air box right here. It's pretty low quality setup, but it's really the best I've got right now. Like I said, I've got my portobello mushroom in there. I'm looking to create a spore print, and if that doesn't work, which I'm not sure it will, then I will look into tearing this apart, collecting some mycelium, and then propagating it in a variety of different substrates. One of which is going to be my poor man's petri dishes over there. Another one is this cardboard substrate that I've started collecting down here. As you might recognize, let's see, let me try this. As you might recognize, I took the rest of that cardboard that I made the shoes out of. I cut them into little strips, and I'm going to eventually soak them and containerize them, at which point I'm going to inoculate them with some portobello or maybe some button mushrooms or something, and hopefully get something growing. Another one of my passions is actually building and making things, and that's where this thing kind of comes in. Alright. This is a spot welder, or at least that's what it's planning on being. Attempting to be, designed to be, whatever. This came out of the desire to do some metalworking and really be able to create some things that are self-replicating in a sense. By that, I mean, whenever I go out for walks and just roam around the neighborhood and whatnot, I come across all sorts of garbage and scraps and things like that that I think are kind of interesting, and I feel a sense of compulsion to rescue and do something with. So, over a number of weeks and possibly months now, I've accumulated a small pile of, pieces of rebar and wire and chunks of copper, even up to sheets of aluminum. And come here, you. And I kind of want to do something with them. I have no idea what, but I've been watching Eli's channel, ZNA Productions, for some time now, and I find a lot of the stuff that he does really inspiring. In fact, one of the stagnated, hibernating projects I have right now is this makeshift crossbow that I've started putting together and I have not done anything with it yet. I have accumulated plenty of parts for it. It's just these springs from a dishwasher that I started salvaging. And I've got something of a arrow. Other than that, I don't really have much done in terms of this. And bear in mind, this is just one of many different ideas and desires that I'd like to carry out. Unfortunately, that requires time and energy, and I only have so much of either of those. So, if you would be so kindly, please let me know down in the comments as to what you'd be interested in seeing me do and what sort of things I can best focus myself on. Alright, you guys take care.